Good morning, Professor. This is Adrin Cevallos from Math 1350, Section 4, and I will start my final project video. As I said, this is Adrian, and I want to be a bilingual elementary teacher, and I will graduate in 2 more years. Um, I like elementary because it allows me to teach every single subject, not just one. So I'm gonna have to teach math, Spanish, English, science. So I will never get bored. Um, then the part I like most about math is that it keeps my brain active. And even though I will never memorize all formulas, and sometimes I don't know all answers. My brain is still working and active. That's what I like about it. And then I dislike about math when I don't understand one concept, but I still have to use it in a long problem. So that teeny tiny part is not allowing me to solve a bigger problem. So that's where I get confused. And then what issues do I think exist in elementary schools today? Well, there's a lack of teachers nowadays, and especially bilingual teachers. So I do know that many schools need more people, and especially people that are prepared to teach all subjects um, in both English and Spanish sometimes. Regarding I think that not a lot of elementary students use AI nowadays, but there are students that use it anyways. And I think that at those young ages, students shouldn't use AI a lot because it can stop them from thinking and to make an effort. Sometimes they are not responsible enough to decide how much AI they are gonna use and and setting the limits. And then so that's why I think it's not a good idea to use AI at that age. I do think that they should use it for summaries or translations, and especially for translations, because sometimes there are students coming from other countries and they don't speak the language. Uh, they don't speak English, so they can use AI to translate or even have conversations with AI to help them understand more about the task. Um, Sometimes they should use it for summaries, especially fourth and fifth grade. But of course, AI shouldn't do their work. Regarding college students, I think a lot of college students use AI. And that's why I'm picking all the options here because I do see a lot of peers using AI every day. And regarding the issues, it'll be that sometimes if we use a lot of AI, we can rush through content and we don't take the time we need to truly understand every uh, topic. So that's the bad part. Um, I use AI to make summaries sometimes, um, especially when I have really long tasks. Um, and sometimes I also ask for corrections, uh, mostly related to grammar, punctuation. So that's how I use AI. And I think people use ChatGPT and Gemini for math, history, and English mainly. Um, AI might be a good idea for education because it depends. on how it's used. If there's a responsible use, then we should use it. But if there's no limits and there's no responsibility, then that's not going to be a good idea. Uh, in the long run, I think that it depends. As I said, uh, it depends on how we use it and how often we use it. And if AI is regulated by teachers, then there's going to be more rules and more order to do the tasks, and therefore more uh, students will be making more effort. And as a future teacher, I will acknowledge that AI is real and that is going to be part of my class, and my students are going to use it at some point. So instead of prohibiting AI, I would regulate it. I would tell them how to use it and explain when and why and how they should use these apps. For instance, I will allow them to use it for summaries and for translations, but not to for completing full assignments. Um, and that way they can have a responsible use of these tools. Thank you.